childhood programming. I'm going to give you the step-by-step guide here. All through your life, you have memories stored in your brain of situations, the good, the bad, everything. But with the programming, you're sent out into the world to learn. So you attract those lessons to learn. And so when you understand this, you'll realize that you'll have a lot of situations where this programming is a part of. Now, the quickest way to get rid of these programming is to get rid of the negative overload that's attached to all your memories, because that's what they create to try and attract you, to attract more people to learn from. And when you understand this, you can actually trace back eventually. Once you clear the negativity from these pictures, you're then left with the programming. And it's obviously a perception or a conditioning in your life and your childhood that shows a vibration. And once we understand what we have created, and it often is also attached to past life traumas, and that's why we sort of come forward to learn this lesson. So once you can trace back to the original source, but also the childhood source, you free yourself up from this vibration, which means then that you're not going to reoccur doing the same things. Now, a quick thing that I always, when I do my sessions on helping people, I know then that the negativity is quite strong in the body, and that's the key. Once you can find where the key and the single word that the program is attached to, then you can trace it and understand it and then get rid of it. Let me try and give you an example on that. All right? So something that winds you up, what people do, or what's around you, or what you hate, or whatever, and you can feel that on the body, that is what we call the program. Because that's a vibration that you have that is blocking you and helping you to experience and learn that you are separated from the source. And when you've separated, then that's where the lack comes in. All right? So just think of anything. Write it down, whatever winds you up. Try and get the word, though, of what it is. So, say, for example, mine was not being good enough. I found was one of my childhood programmings. And so what I did was, I said to myself, right, get myself into meditation, quick cleanse, and waterfalls and everything, got myself right. And then I said to myself, right, name me a situation where I didn't feel good enough. Then all of a sudden, I closed my eyes and I see these pictures. And then let go of them, I forgive myself for creating, feel the pain of it, and let go. This is how you do it. Now, a quicker way before you get into the main ones, because there's normally about 4 or 5 main ones in your life that really vibrate and really cause you to sort of go into meltdown with another, is to imagine that you have a wall with loads of pictures of your life, and then just say to yourself, all the negative pictures attached to not being good enough, I'm going to explode away. What that does is that takes the excess of negativity away from you that's causing you not to be able to deal with it. Because if the body feels the pain, it will not deal with it. It sort of rejects it, or you sabotage your life, or you hold on to it because it's not ready to deal with it. Okay, so get rid of all those pictures first. And then, like I say, go to the first situation that pops up. And it will do. Everybody says to me, oh, well, I'm not going to be able to think of anything. Seriously, your body will show that picture straight away of the situation. Now, if someone's hurt you, we're not forgiving them for their actions because they still got the karma in life. Well, the cause and effect, more I see it as. So that they chose to do what they did. All right, so we don't have to forgive them, but we forgive ourselves for the vibration that put out there to learn that lesson. So we forgive ourselves so we can move on. It's not about them and us, okay? It's all about the programming that's created these scenarios and situations to learn from. We still had to attach to the problem. We still have to feed the problem. We still have to give it energy. And that's the secret to it all. So forgive yourself, feel the pain and let go on those 4 or 5 pictures. And then what you do is you tend to go back in time. So let's say, you know, I'm in my 51s. I'll go back to when I'm 30s, and then when I'm 20s, when I'm 10. And then eventually I'll go back to the childhood between the ages of 0 to 7. And in that time is because we're pure of energy, that's when we implement, or we absorb it from our parents, ancestral chains, the emotional stuff, so we can help them, and it also can become our programming. I helped one lady out, this is for example, helped one lady out who was always attracting men who treated her really bad, but she liked having people who treated her really bad. And I said to her, but don't you see that's just toxic, that's just not nice? And she says, but that's what I feel is right. So then we did the whole work, and we found out that because she'd only met her dad twice and she hadn't got the love from her dad, so anybody who treated her and gave her love, she couldn't handle. So she was more attracted to those who could not give her love. Do you see how this is how the scenarios and the vibrations and everything work? So once we cleared that all out, and I showed her a time that I said to her that we got back to her childhood, and we got back to a stone. And she remembered afterwards that when her dad passed away, that in the box was the stone that he gave her. And that showed her that he did love her. Then all of a sudden she just went whoosh. Because we couldn't get back to childhood at first. She reckoned that she'd done on counselling and everything and gone back before the age of 9 and couldn't remember anything because her body blocked it out. But once we released the overloaded negativity and the pictures and one thing and another, we were able to free up the memory of the childhood. After that, she was like, oh my God, so all these people I've been attracting, all these situations, men that, was all down to that childhood program. And I said, yes. And she laughed and she said, I'm going to have to get my little black book out now to all those ones that treated me really well and start looking for love now. So it just shows you your childhood programming is incredible, really, because it sets you on this journey, and we just so much pain and suffering from it. But also it's a lesson to learn that we're separated and we need to clear out the traumas, not just the childhood, but also past life. So I hope this is giving you a little bit of an insight. If you want me to do a session with you, I can do, because it's really in a one-to-one situation, I can work it. Because sometimes there's so much pain that people won't want to go back to the childhood. And sometimes you have to put love into a situation to free it up, to see the bigger picture, to why you created it. So any problems you have, send love to it, and then an answer will come back to why it was created. And that is what sets you free. And then once you've let go of it from the past life and everything, you're no longer that vibrating, so you're not going to create more situations. And that's what it's a simple technique, but it really works well. I've done thousands of people, and it's really changed the way their perceptions, because it's now come to light that in our childhood, our conditioning, so what was around us, what happened around us, we thought that was the way of life. And until you understand it's not, that it's just in a condition that you downloaded to learn from, then you can change the way your perceptions and how you view life. Okay. Look out for more of my videos, and don't forget to subscribe, because I've got loads of my 10-year journey that I'm sharing with you. I'm obviously a psychic medium. I'm also a healer. I'm also work with the angels. I do loads of stuff. And I know that when you experience it, you'll suddenly realize there's a whole beautiful enlightened world out there that we can connect to. And this year is the year of oneness. It's time for us all to come together and sharing the energies. And that's why we're going through so much pain and suffering at the moment, because there's so many being awakened, which is just scaring the world and scaring each other.